Excuse me over there. Come to be quiet. All right. So look, I know the problems you guys are having, and the problems you guys are having is spacing. There's a couple things that you gotta make sure you do. Number one is you gotta take the slack out of this lapel so that you can give him a good crossface. If you're like this right here, you're not really pressuring or turning his head or her head. You need to pull first this lapel so far to where your hand is under the shoulder here, so that as you pull in here, it enables you to drive, okay? Right here. So now, and I have this underhook right here. What's important is that his arm's either gonna be around my head or it's gonna be here. This is a good setup for like what Mike likes to do, so that if the hand is around like this, okay, because he can immediately begin to set either this up right here, or if this is too loose, he can switch to this right here, right, to the straight arm, or as we called it, what do we call it, the Mike D? Yeah. So look, as you feed this, if this is too loose right here, you don't have, okay, the proper crossface and control here. You need to push this out and feed it to where your left hand goes fishing forward. And if you gotta grab it by their armpit, that's fine, because your first goal is control. And you need to roll your shoulders so your shoulders turn in their head. Because if his head is turned away, he's not gonna turn into you or she, and it's gonna be very difficult. Even if he frames my head right here, it's not a problem, because I can begin to trap his arm here, and it's very difficult because he can't really turn into me. So where could you go from here? And it's just a good control. The problem is that I can't really do much. So as I begin to set up, I need to make sure that my right knee slides more towards his armpit. So as I go here, I start moving back as I begin to get the left leg out of the way. The right knee slides under. Similar for like a scarf hold here, except I'm back here controlling his hip, and I'm adjusting that left hand here. As I lean my head back, I go this way here. Now what happens here, I need to anchor my foot, okay, my heel to the mat, so that now I can move my head back and pull. If this foot is floating, I don't have the proper anchor, and he can just push it off his head. Okay? So if you're here, you need to step on it, and this knee pushes in. So you're pitching your heel to your left knee, your left heel to your right knee, sorry. Just similar to what I teach you guys in S-mount. So that now, as I lean back, it finishes. If you're like this, because what you're doing is you're pulling his head into your Achilles. Alright? So as you pull this out, feather right here, you're getting the business 1, 2 here, and then you're here, so you can always switch base here. You go 1, 2, step right here, and then lift your head away. Here you can always pull. Very important. Alright? Also, you move your head away. If I'm too close and I don't have to give myself proper spacing right here, or if this arm is too deep, I can't step over. My arm's blocking. So you have to be able to slide your hips back right here and create the space right here so that your right knee comes under. In this instance, I know his elbow is by his ribs, which is fine. I don't care. I go here, and I still pinch right here so that my left foot can, your left toe should be off the mat, so your heel is pushing into the mat, so that here, as your head moves away, it pulls the lapel. So you're doing this. I don't want to do this. Here, plant, pinch, and pull. Does that make sense, guys? And look how far my head is. And my right hip is by his right hip. If I'm up here and I'm trying to step over, I'm pretty flexible, but it's hard for me to, not as far as I can go. You go back here, so my arms are straight. You go here. Alright, so plant this heel and take your toes off the mat. So now as you pull, you're pulling him into your All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Your right hip by his right hip. You go, sir.
Very good.
You put your right hip up on his hip.
When you dip, we dip.
There you go.